Hey guys, so today I decided to make a quick, lazy, unscripted video in which I show you guys my Nintendo collection. So I am not a collector by any stretch of the word. I'm the kind of person who, get this, only buys games when I actually intend to play and enjoy it. But regardless, I still have a ton of Nintendo stuff that I think it would be cool to go through. So here on this first shelf is where I have all my 3DS and Wii U games, and then a few my in-box DS games, which are very few. So I have a lot of cool games. I got Pokemon, Kirby Planet Robobot, that one's a classic, and then Xenoblade for the new 3DS. Then down here we got, and so the Wii games that I put on this shelf, these are like some of my favorites, so they're not hidden in a drawer, so I can easily get to them. And then the Wii U, I feel like I have all the heavy hitters. I got Nintendo Land, Donkey Kong Country, Hyrule Warriors, a lot of cool ones. Then down here we have all my Switch games, which also I feel like I have all the big ones. And then I'm pretty sure I have every one of the Wii line of games, except for I think Wii Chess was like a WiiWare game. And so obviously I don't have that one, but I have all the Wii games, which I think is kind of neat. And then down here we have Nintendo Labo, a great set. That's very underrated actually. I love the Nintendo Labo VR. And then I have a 3DS XL Super Nintendo Edition, which is pretty cool too. And now if we open this drawer, we'll get into some of the more retro stuff and then just miscellaneous games that I couldn't fit on the shelf. So right here we got the PS3 games. I got all the Uncharted games, some Ratchet and Clank. And then PS4, next to it, I have Astro Bot and a lot of VR games. Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, that's a fun one. And then Xbox One games, a very humble library of Xbox One games, but then a few 360 games, and then a few bit of GameCube games over here. Probably one of the rarest things I own, as I have Chibi Robo on the GameCube. And then these Wii games are just here because I got them for Christmas. Don't have any space to put them anywhere else. Then we got some Wii games going back there. A lot of cool ones. Some more there, and then some more there. And now here we go. We got some original PlayStation games. I have two of the Spyro games, some of the Namco museums that are a lot of fun. Then just three really random NES games. I don't have an NES, but I have one of those like retro bit consoles. And so I just have some of the cheapest games I could find, honestly. I have Gyro Knight and Zelda 2, so that just tells you the quality of my NES library. Then moving on to SNES, I have the Game Boy player. Okay, let's pull this out. This one's kind of cool. I have the Game Boy player, and I also have Donkey Kong on the Game Boy, which like has special functionality with that. And then Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, Kirby's Dream Course. I love that one. That one's a lot of fun to play with friends. And then you can probably tell by the yellow cartridge, Donkey Kong 64, Banjo-Kazooie, Wave Race, and Star Wars Rogue Squadron. That's my whole Nintendo 64 library, because I have a lot of them just on the Wii U eShop. I feel like it's a lot easier, but it's cool to have the real cartridges too. And then down here, my GameCube is hiding. And I have the Game Boy player on the bottom. Then, nope, nothing in there. So yeah, that's my GameCube. And then right above my GameCube is an Oculus Quest 2. That's pretty cool. And now here is my little drawer of treasures. Right here I have a Switch Lite that's in the case. Let me see if I can get it out. Whoa, a cool turquoise Nintendo Switch Lite. Okay, let me set it up. Then we got a 3DS case, a Switch case, and then here's where we got some cool stuff. Here we have the original Game Boy. That's pretty neat. Then a Game Boy Color as well. You can't have a Game Boy without a Game Boy Color. And I like the cool little pink. Oh my goodness, there's dog hair on it. As you can tell, I rarely ever dust my shelves, which is probably not a good habit. So yeah, there's the magenta Game Boy Color. Then I have some random things like stylus and iPod Shuffle. I actually like the iPod Shuffle, by the way. And here we go, we have some Game Boy Advance games. My favorite Game Boy Advance game, Donkey Kong Country. And an old iPod Touch. Got some original Game Boy games. Nothing too crazy in there. And then just some like generic Game Boy Advance games. This is the only Game Boy Color game I have. That's kind of cool. And here we have Kirby's Dream Land 2. If I can get it. We have DuckTales. And then we have like miscellaneous DS and 3DS games in there. Then we have the jumper pack for the N64 because the expansion pack is in there right now. Then here we have a red Game Boy Advance. if you couldn't tell. I know I probably don't need to like announce every little thing that I pull out, but then we have my original 3DS, which could definitely have been taken better care of. But that's kind of cool. And then my DS Lite, which, okay, so my brother gave this to me, but before he had it, and he put like stickers all over the top, and then when he took them off, there was a ton of the sticker residue, so I just covered it up with some cool duct tape. I think it looks kind of neat. So that's the DS Lite, and that's pretty much all the handhelds I have, if we're not counting the Switch. So yeah, that's kind of neat. And then if we open the drawer below it, we have just a bunch of random Nintendo nonsense. So we got a Wii wheel in there, got some neat stuff. We got a Wii Motion Plus accessory, this weird Joy-Con holder that came with the Labo sets. Yeah, not much of note. We got a sensor bar, a PlayStation camera. Did you guys hear that? My dog's barking. I think someone's breaking in. So I went over and checked, and don't worry, it was just the mailman trying to break into our house, and luckily my dog scared him off. So, last thing of note in here is I think this Wii Fit meter. That's a lot of fun. And that's it for that one. And then in the drawer below that, oh my goodness, I did not know this thing was in here. I have a Stormtrooper, apparently. And then all the figurines I own. So that's Amiibo stuff, Skylanders, Disney Infinity, random McDonald's toys, I guess. And, you know, the little portal bases things for those. Don't go in this drawer very often. And then up here in my closet is where we have all of the fun stuff. So we have our third-party consoles, meaning non-Nintendo, up in the corner. We have a PlayStation 4 Pro, an Xbox One original, and a PlayStation 3. And then we have right next to it a Sega Dreamcast, which I have played. I think I've plugged it in only once. And I also only have one game, which is Phantasy Star Online, which I'm pretty sure you can't even play offline. So not of much use to me right now. Then I have a Nintendo 64. I love the Nintendo 64, that's a lot of fun. And then obviously the PlayStation VR right there. Sony PlayStation 1 and a Super Nintendo, which has a nice pea-stained glow. It's beautiful. Then if I open up this, we can see the other side, in which we have the Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, Luigi set, some DK Bongos, Lego Mario up there, apparently a Woody. And this is like the little retro duo thing I have for NES games. And then a Super Nintendo Classic, a Flashback, the Switch OLED box, and yeah. And oh my goodness, I almost forgot about the controller drawer. So here we have a PlayStation AIM controller, I think it's called, for the VR. Then just buried in here we have a bunch of stuff. We have a Wii wheel, some 360 controllers, some Switch stuff. Here's one of those third-party GameStop GameCube controllers. I have an N64 controller. Obviously, I hate how many wires there are. They're hard to keep tamed. And then a couple Dreamcast controllers. Super Nintendo one back here. And we also have the Classic Edition controllers. Xbox Series controller. PlayStation 3. Have the Move controllers. Sorry if you can't hear me over all the rumbling of the controllers clacking together as I'm rummaging through. Oh, and here we have a PlayStation 4 controller. So yeah, a lot of neat stuff in there. If, you know, you can untangle the wires. My goodness. Not good. Look what you guys made me do. Now I can't even close my drawer anymore. There we go. Good as new. And closing off the collection is just some random doodads I put here on my dresser. I have the Mario 30th Anniversary Amiibo, a Donkey Kong Land Game Boy box that has the manual and everything in it, which is kind of neat. And then another retro Link Amiibo, some little Mario figure my little sister got me for Christmas, a little Lego Mario diorama thing, and then the not Lego Mario cereal, the Super Mario cereal, a little NES Mario, and then a little jar of coins. Oh yeah, and up here we have that, I don't even remember what the level's called, but that snow level from Mario 64, I framed the portrait from that level. And I think it actually looks pretty good. And with that, we have finally gone through all the random Nintendo stuff that I own. If you liked this video, please don't forget to, well, like this video and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Take care, guys.